All right, guys, welcome to week 14, Gainsborough. Couple things about Gainsborough. Lived in the 1700s. He was an English painter. He's best known for portraits and landscapes. He preferred to be in nature, painting landscapes, but the most money came from high society people hiring him to paint their portrait. So what he did is combine the two. He started painting people in nature. Genius. He's super innovative. He differs from Rembrandt in that Rembrandt's images are kind of dark and dramatic and moody, and his are softer brushstrokes, quick brushstrokes, lighter, brighter. And he believed that painting should be free and expressive. So those are the things that we're going to channel about Gainsborough with Young, Nelson, Kincaid, and Mahala. So yeah, we are going to, the supplies we're going to be using, I'm doing something a little bit different with when it comes to weeks that we use paint. Every student will have a pencil box with his or her name on it, and it will come with 2 brushes. And I ordered, those little paint pots that are kind of connected that come with paint by numbers things, or like any craft things. The students will receive 12 colors in 2 paint pots that they will keep inside of their pencil box. I'm hoping this gives people the motivation to take care of their supplies, and it'll be less cleanup work. So we'll have a paint replenishment station with all of the larger acrylic paints set up at a table that if they need to refill a color, they can come do that, or a parent can bring them the color. But I'm hoping not to wash so many brushes and waste so much paint. So the supplies will be their paint pots, 2 brushes, some water. We have a ton of foil left over from science, so this is where they'll be mixing colors. And so yeah, this is what we're going to be doing. I like this because we're taking what we learned about using white and finding the light source, and kind of using that chiaroscuro technique. I still have a hard time with that word, in like carrying over into this week. So my goal is to take something that they learned from the previous week or from the drawing series and apply it to something new and a new artist. So that's what we'll be doing today. I also like this image because we can also channel, we have the vanishing line. It's 1 point perspective. So we're getting kind of everything we need. So every student will have this, their paints, water, and a pencil. So we are going to start with a very rough kind of sketch. Oh, and they'll have paper towels at their table. So we're going to start kind of like maybe 3 fingers up to do a straight line across. So we're just going to use our oils and very simple shapes. And they will have an easel to paint. So that's something new. And they'll start by writing their name on the back, and there'll be masking tape and these, which I hope to use kind of week to week, even though they might get messed up. And with the help of a parent, they'll tape their little card. And I like that the smaller surface space makes these activities not so overwhelming. So then we are going to find the center, and we're going to do a curved line this way and a curved line this way, and this is going to be our road. And then the next part is, I see this shape here. This is kind of like the darkest cloud. So we are going to very lightly kind of sketch this cloud. And then I see kind of another cloud over here. So I'm going to sketch that. Kind of comes in and out. And then there's some trees here, so we'll kind of save that space and then maybe come over here and do a cloud. So really just free and expressive wherever they want to put 1 or 2 clouds. These are the versions that Jack and I did, but I think I'm going to make it a little bit easier on this round. So the first thing that they're going to do is take their kind of their flat paintbrush. Probably should have changed this water from my test run. And we are gonna mix up this sky color. And what we're gonna do is we are gonna paint in between these clouds, saving as much of the white as possible, okay? So we are gonna take a little bit of blue and a little bit of white, and we are gonna mix that up. Man, this is pretty. I'll put these up. Okay, so I'm just gonna start by going in and kind of painting in the negative space. Man, I really messed this up. It's too late now. I'm not getting new colors. Well, I might have to. Mine has a little bit of red, but we're gonna go with it. I think it's kind of pretty. I'm gonna have to get some more blue. Okay, so that's my sky. I think it's so pretty. I'm gonna grab some blue really quick. So the next thing we're gonna go in is we are going to mix up this gray, which gray, as we know, is just a simple, it's a lot of white and a little bit of black. So a lot of white and a little bit of black. And I'm gonna go in with the shadow color first. So I'm just going to kind of tap and be loose and free. I'm gonna roll that brush around and just get that gray going. And again, I have no idea what I'm doing, so I'm sorry if that's abundantly obvious. But Lee learner. We are learning as we go. And so then I'm gonna come do the same. This cloud is also kind of gray and kind of comes down to here. Okay, I might leave that and put some blue in there. And then we're gonna come and do this guy. So we have all of these kind of gray clouds. And now we're gonna come in with our white, and it looks like there is kind of like a white cloud right here. So we are gonna put a touch of white here. I might try to mimic maybe bringing the, like this white cloud is coming up behind, and maybe give that some white. So let me wash my brush, and we are gonna create our white clouds. So I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna get some plain white. I might leave my brush a little bit wet. You don't have to. And we are going to paint these white clouds. We're gonna pretend this white cloud comes up behind this cloud. Might mix some gray here. Darken that little part up. And this is just loose and goose. I have no idea what they will do, but I think that's kind of fun. And it looks like there's some white clouds over here. I accidentally got some black. Let's see if I can get some white. And then I think that is kind of it. I like that there are some pinkish tones, so I might even mix up a little bit of pink just under there. then I might take some watery white, kind of, oops, I kind of got crazy. Kind of regret that, but just swirl in some white there. And that'll do her. I mean, they could probably wait for that to dry and maybe come back in with a dry brush and kind of add some layers in there. I'm gonna come in here and finish out this sparse spot. But it's really just so fun. I think the little kids will be great. It could be a big blob, but the point is that they are attending and they're expressing and they're, you know, they're trying. So from here, it's just a simple landscape. The older kids, if you want to have them be really detailed, great. But for the little kids, I'm just going to start with green and maybe a little bit of black. And they definitely will need help with the like color mixing part. But there's so many moms in that class that I think it'll be fine. And so we're going to, I probably should have started with the road since it's a lighter color, but we're going to come in and just do some dark green. And then you can do some brown and white for the road, or they can do all brown. Doesn't really matter. And then it looks like there is some kind of like white, brown, might throw in some green. Here. But really it's about the sky, it's about the light. And if they want to be detailed here, great. This video is super long, so I'm just kind of trying to throw some paint on here, but you get the picture. I'll do some you know, whatever, but that's it. It might be a mess. It might be super hard, but I feel like there's going to be some people in Kincaid's class, Mahala's class that do really well with this. Other people might have trouble, but that's our lesson.